So I'm with Andrew Moyes, Vice President of Fan Expo HQ, the company behind MegaCon Orlando, which is coming very soon. And I just wanted to talk with you about the event.
Hey Ashley, yeah, we're super excited to be bringing MegaCon back to the Orange County Convention Center starting Thursday, May the 19th. And we're going to be celebrating all things pop culture right through to Sunday. So we're hoping everyone's going to come on down and get together once again to share their passions and celebrate with the community.
What have you and the company been doing to make MegaCon better, bigger and better each and every year?
Well, I think a big thing for us is just fan experience. We work really hard to make sure people get in and out comfortably, that they can celebrate safely. The other thing that we do is we really look to speak to every fandom. We don't favor one fandom, whether you love comics, sci-fi, anime, gaming, horror, fantasy. We really look to touch on all of those fandoms. And of course, cosplay has become a really huge fandom as well. So we're delighted to have new activations like our cosplay red carpet, where everyone can participate and show off all the great work they've been doing on their costumes.
In 2020, a lot of live events were impacted by the pandemic. MegaCon was one of those events. Um, Now, you've had MegaCon in 2021. Now you're coming back with 2022. Did you learn anything from that experience, having to sort of reshuffle and reorganize everything? And did you bring any of that into, this event?
I think as event planners, we're constantly charged with being flexible and adaptable. And that definitely took us to our limits. I think everyone, it was a real shared experience, regardless of the industry. And I think that was what was really interesting about the entire pandemic is that it was such a shared experience. And I think we've all emerged from it with a greater sense of responsibility, and that's really no exception at MegaCon. We still look to be mindful. I think if we're going to be able to gather again, we have to wash our hands. We have to, be mindful of distance where we can. And I think also if we're not feeling well, unfortunately, we have to say, you know what, MegaCon's maybe not for me this year. But I think, again, if we all approach it with that shared sense of responsibility that I think everyone is now, I think we'll be in great shape to celebrate really safely again this year.
So you talk about a little bit about the some of the guests that you have coming, and what goes into maybe trying to seek out those guests to come to the event.
One of the challenges that we love to rail against delivering these heroes to their fans. We're dealing with working actors who are currently, in shoot mode, who have very busy schedules. So it's always a real coup when we can actually make them walk through the door and be able to present them to their fans. And what a list this year! I gotta say, we're so excited. Everyone has to head to megaconorlando.com to check out the full list. But just a couple of highlights. I mean, Brendan Fraser is going through such a renaissance right now. Such a fantastic guest. We're excited to have him. Nathan Fillion, of course, he hasn't been on the circuit for a little while, so all those Firefly fans will be super excited to see Nathan Fillion. We have the team from Cobra Kai with us, which has been super successful. And then one of our banner events over the weekend is having all four Hobbits in the building. So we're super excited to have Sean Astin, Billy Boyd, Dominic Moynihan, and of course Elijah Wood reuniting it on stage for the unexpected reunion.
You talk about some of the other ways that fans can have fun at MegaCon.
There's just hours and hours of programming. So every celebrity that comes, they take the opportunity to meet with their fans in a Q&A period as well. So it's not just the opportunity to have photographs and autographs with these celebrities. You can also go and hear them speak and hear those awesome behind the scenes stories and hear how they created their characters and all that sort of stuff. We have lots of different rooms. There are anime themed rooms. There are gaming themed rooms. Of course, comic themed rooms where we have a lot of comic programming. People love our sketch duels. So we get two really well known comic creators up on stage and they kind of duel it out, drawing against each other. And it's quite incredible what they create in that small 50 minutes. And then we actually raffle off the works of art within the room. So that's a really popular activation as well. I mentioned our family zone. And then to your point, shopping is huge. we have hundreds of thousands of square feet of shopping. Not only our retailers there that will be bringing in lots of sort of pop culture collectible merchandise, but our artists as well. Artist Alley is a fantastic destination where you can go and find those one of a kind sort of crafting artistry finds. And there's over 300 artists that are going to be there in our Artist Alley.